Hello guys, that's us. This is Ritu and me, this is Maitri. And we are,
Here for our first video.
yes, and That's Us is a place where we are going to talk about a lot of things and we are going to share our viewpoints, perspectives, whatever you want to say. But this is not a place where we are going to, say what is right or what is wrong or something like that. There's no conclusion to anything here. It's just us saying our hearts and minds out, and this is a place for you guys too where you can share your perspectives, your viewpoints to us, and it's just a place to discuss a lot of things which some topics are not talked about more, or maybe they are talked about, but we still want to share and know we also want to learn from you guys,
And from also each other.
yeah, we have to learn a lot from each other, and we have explored this together, like when we met Ritu.
Like last year, maybe
Yeah.
more than 1.5 years. It's been
Maybe
more.
yeah, more than a year we met, and we just clicked, and it never feels like she's younger or I'm older here, because we feel like our perspectives and views match a lot, and the moment we talked to each other, and after that we just talked about a lot of stuff, and it felt so nice that
It felt so natural.
Yeah, it felt a lot natural, and it felt like I can talk a lot with her. So that's how the Us was created, and yeah, so let's get started. So Ritu, I have to show you something, and can you like see this post and read it out loud for the audience?
So you often listen to your mind, but you don't listen to your body, and your body does tell you the truth.
Okay, so what do you think about that?
I do feel that, like, I try to listen to my body, and then I try to make a balance. Like, I am not saying I am able to do it.
Yeah.
But I at least know that this is what my body wants.
Yeah.
And whether I do it or not is another question. So I try to do it, like how I try to do it. When I say try, when I'm supposed to eat out somewhere with friends or with anyone, I try to give my body a break by having something simple, like dahi chawal. It's my like comfort
Okay, so when
food.
you come home and when you have
Yeah,
eaten out a lot, then you
maybe
choose.
even prior to going out, like if I'm going out in the evening, then
so
in the noon,
you decide for the lunch that
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna take it light.
take it
today.
light.
Okay.
And not because anything else, but just because my body wants it, because it wants rest. And I don't like to eat the other spicy food or something like that. It's not that I'm doing by compulsion, or it's not because my mind is saying that, oh, because you're going to eat out, you will gain weight, or you will do that or that. It's just because as naturally I feel that I should go for curd and rice rather than any other thing, and that is why I eat that, because it's the body that tells me. It's not the mind or thoughts that I'm accumulated in or I'm occupied with. So there's the difference that I try to find out, whether it's my body saying it or whether it's the mind. And what do you think about the post?
Actually, I had read this post some days back, and it made me think a lot, because I am someone who struggles actually to listen to my body, because I overthink a lot, and sometimes my thoughts take over me, and it becomes difficult to balance. So I read this and I thought about it, that okay, if sometimes it happens that mind is saying कि चल आज आइसक्रीम खा लेते हैं, चल ये खा लेते हैं, चल वो खा लेते हैं, but my body doesn't want it, my body doesn't need it at that point of time. जब we are in stress, or we are going through a breakup or something, और घर पे झगड़ा हो गया, तो we feel like सब ऐसे भी on social media we have seen that आज आइसक्रीम खाना पड़ेगा, आज ये खाना पड़ेगा, but that's our mind asking us, the thoughts are asking us to eat that. Our body is fine, our body is already full because we had dinner, but at night we have this craving from nowhere, but because we are feeling down, because we are feeling sad, we just want to eat something. And that eating gives us pleasure, that eating gives us those hormones which gives us happiness, and that's why we eat. So we forget to listen to our body and we listen to our mind more. That's what I feel about that.
I also get into the trap of eating at night at
Yeah.
times because specifically on weekends I'm like
Yeah.
on chill mode, so I just want to enjoy
Enjoy, yeah.
and do what I cannot do on those weekdays.
Yeah, true.
But then I feel that when I talk about the balance,
Yeah.
I feel that it's not about pressure that either I have to eat or I don't have to eat, either I have to listen to my body or I have to listen to
Yeah.
my mind. I think I can listen to both
together.
yeah,
Yes,
like
that's
a
right.
combination of
And
both.
that's necessary, I
Yeah,
guess.
and that is what balance means.
Yeah,
It's not
true.
just about either side,
One thing,
choosing
yes,
one
yeah,
side,
true.
but combining both. Like if I'm having some food on weekend,
Yeah.
that's okay because that makes me happy.
Yeah.
A happy mind and a happy body
Yeah,
is
both
what
is
we need.
necessary. Yes, true.
And it's not just one thing, both of them. So any compulsion on any one of it
Yeah.
is going to make the other unhappy.
Yeah, true.
So I feel choice is what we need to make
Yeah.
every day.
You always have a choice.
Choice.
That's what they say. It's difficult to make a choice, but you always have it.
Yeah.
It's just that spark of the moment where we select to do something, but our mind or body needs something else, but we fail. But that's okay, I
and
guess.
at times both of them can be going on the same path.
Yeah.
Maybe you
Yeah.
are hungry and your mind also wants some
Yeah.
bahar ka food.
Yeah.
So both of
True.
it can go on the same path. It's not the opposites. It's not
Yeah.
the same. It's a combination. It's like you cannot compare an apple and an orange.
Yeah.
It's like that.
It's different, yeah.
Yeah, and I like both, by the way.
Yeah, true. But as you say, that apple is also necessary and orange is also
Almost.
necessary. I mean, both give different types of nutrients, vitamins, and everything. So yeah, we should hear our mind and body balance में
Balance में.
किसी एक पे ही like generally we all think more and we more listen to our minds and we
Yes.
forget to listen to our body.
Yeah.
But when we are talking about this topic, how do you think the media has influenced this listening to your mind or body, or when it comes to eating or something like that?
I was just going to say that when you said that we all know that we
Yeah.
should listen, but then at times there is a lot of information out there. You
yes,
just start your phone, go on Instagram,
Yeah.
and there are a lot of posts that you will
Yes.
get regarding a lot of stuff. So I find it difficult at times to practice what I say.
Yeah.
And that is where the main thing is, like to
Yes.
practice.
Yeah.
And it's very normal. I feel a
Yeah.
lot of our friends and family and people who we know also would have the same thing because of the fact that the information is so much, the exposure to media, and not
yes.
just Instagram but a lot of other
Every media place.
yeah. And you make a reel and you might get famous and
You know how we the पहले के टाइम में जो टीवी एड्स आती थी उसमें जब भी कोई ऐसी एड देख ली हमने, उसमें से हमको क्रेविंग हो गई कि मुझे ये चाहिए, या किसी भी चीज़ के लिए हो या फॉर फूड ऑल्सो. एंड नाउ अ डेज दैट short period of the reel, the TV ad used to be long, the serial was in between, the cartoon was in between, but now it's like we are the marketing is the only thing we see. So for example, if we see a food reel, our body does not require a pizza or a burger or a sandwich that time, or even our body is not requiring anything healthy also at that point of time. We might be full, but the moment we see the pizza or the burger or anything related to food or anything related to anything, and we want it, we need it, and we feel like we need it, but actually we don't need it.
We don't
So that's how I think media has the power to influence our mind. And that overshadows, you know, the listening to the body part, and it becomes overwhelming also a lot of times.
And I also feel that if you do it occasionally, if you just even if you open Zomato or Swiggy, you will see a lot of good photos and like,
and do you know the notifications Zomato
Yeah,
puts?
oh my
God. I
It's
mean,
like
they are making us crave for food, like making us the reminders. कि ये, and they are so personalized with our names. The AI they use is like, I mean,
and they are like
commendable.
funny. They are like
They're catchy also.
Yeah, they're catchy.
Yeah.
So it's a they try their best, and they do succeed at times.
Yeah, they do succeed. Yes.
But what I feel is occasionally, if you are having those cravings and if you are going to if you're opening your phone and you are ordering food, that is okay. But then also understand why you are
Yeah.
doing that. Because are you escaping from something and you are going or diverting
Yeah.
towards food?
Yeah.
Because food is not an escape.
Yeah.
It is difficult to accept this, and
Yeah.
a lot of people get into the
Yeah,
trap.
the binge
but
eating,
yeah,
and even the midnight cravings are always end up in binge eating.
binge eating.
Yeah.
And then it is not healthy in long run as well.
Yeah, obviously.
And then
it's just a temporary happiness, and sometimes guilt also comes in
Yeah.
the morning when you wake up and you feel bloated or you feel
Yeah.
uneasy or something. You feel like why did you eat it the last night? But that's a cycle. Like, we are all trapped in that vicious cycle where we crave, we eat, and we feel guilty about it the other day, and we again, because of that guilty, we again feel anxious or something like that, and our thoughts run, and then we again do that behavior again and again and again. That never stops.
Yeah, and I feel when we talk about mind or body, emotion plays an important,
very
role.
important,
very
yes.
very important, because emotion is what going to be at present.
Yeah.
Like if you prepare your mind that I will eat healthy
Yeah.
because your body wants it, but if your emotions are at certain level, if your
Yeah.
emotions are different at that
Yeah.
moment, what are you going to do?
True.
So emotion is going to change the game.
Yes.
And then if you want to connect to emotions again, you go back to yourself.
Yeah.
You just stay with it. You
Yeah.
just stay and understand what is trying to tell you. Why are you feeling that? Why is this happening? What is the hint? What is your body trying to tell? What is your mind saying? Is it the body that is saying? Is it the mind?
Yeah.
You try to have a difference, and when I say mind, I don't mean brain, I mean mind.
Yeah.
So
You need the awareness to actually select
Yeah.
whether your mind is telling you to do something, like whether your thoughts are telling you to do something, or is it your body craving for something.
Craving.
Like, are you thirsty because you are actually thirsty inside, or are you just thirsty because your mind is telling you to, just have something.
yeah, and when I say mind, I mean everything, even emotions, everything at the present in the
Yeah,
moment.
yeah.
Because mind is not one thing that will be at just here.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. Mind is everywhere.
It controls your body. So
Yeah,
like the both are connected, we know.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
again a different entity. Your mind and your body, somewhere there's a difference. And
So to understand this,
Yeah.
if we keep this separately, it will help us in understanding. But then
Yeah.
at the end, it's a whole being.
yeah, holistic wellness,
Yeah.
as we call it. Yeah.
But then it's a combination. But then we also need to see what are all the factors that are there
Playing role, yes, true.
like emotion, then the situation, like
Yes.
at that moment what has happened with you,
Surroundings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your environment might have changed, you have just shifted to another place,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe that is why you don't want to cook and you want to have something out from
Yeah.
outside. That's okay, because
Yeah.
your body is also tired and is
Yeah.
adjusting to
True,
the
true,
the
yes,
new
yes,
environment.
I accept.
So environment, emotions are some of the factors. One of the other factor which I'm thinking is peer, like friends.
Yeah.
So what do you have
like
to
you
say?
just said that you have to go out with friends and you are thinking that आज healthy खाना है और अब से मुझे थोड़े दिन तक healthy खाना है, and then your friends call you and चलो आज बाहर खाने चलते हैं, and you are like अरे यार आज से ही तो शुरू किया था. But again, you cannot avoid those situations and you have to balance it out. But when we are talking about food and body and everything, I have seen a lot. I mean, a lot. When I say a lot, it is a lot of reels and content and posts regarding your self-image and self-body health issues and your weight and everything. So that's something which is taking a toll on a lot of people right now, and I have seen a lot of people struggling with it, and that actually leads to anxiety and depression. This whole topic about body image issues, and what do you think about that?
So friends can be helpful, can also divert you
Yes.
from your routine, or
Yeah.
and that's okay.
Yeah.
Again, when we talk about peer
Yeah.
and we talk about different
Yeah.
factors, it's about the balance that we want to bring.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, if you don't feel like eating, it's like if you are sick,
Yeah.
you would not go out, and if you go out you
Yeah.
would take care of yourself. It's
Yeah.
just like that. If your body is not feeling well, or even if your mind is not feeling
Mm.
well, you just take your own time,
Yeah.
decide what you want to do.
Yeah.
And it's not that you completely shut your friends, and it's not
Yeah.
completely that you always go out with them only.
Yeah, true.
It's like, so I also do this when I'm not well, or like when I don't feel like, I go out and I have dal and rice. This is what
So you
my-
have that, your friends have kept that space for you that you can choose for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, and I know it will take a little bit of himmat,
Yeah.
but it's
It makes you conscious, you know, when you have some things to कि मुझे नहीं खाना, या then they will mock you for saying कि तेरे हमेशा नखरे होते हैं, तुझे ये नहीं, तुझे वो नहीं. But that is there. But like overall, if I ask you that, have you ever felt some issues with yourself about your body or anything like that?
with friends, no.
No,
like,
not with friends, but in general, as an individual, as Ritu, have you ever felt anything like when you look in the mirror or when you go outside, when you see yourself and you felt that this is not right, or I want to be some kind of way, or do you feel like those things have created some mental health issues for you?
Not exactly the mental health issue, but I have some moments when when we doubt ourselves, you know.
True. Yeah.
And it's
A
like
lot of moments, I guess.
okay, probably yes, but when it's about, you know, when I have those, when there are some doubts regarding probably my hair is not looking good.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Just because I had a good wash does not mean the frizz will go away.
Yeah,
It might come anytime. My hair frizz is just very,
it's natural.
it's natural, but it's very sticky.
I know.
Yeah. So there are moments when I don't feel that I am perfect.
Yeah.
Like maybe perfect.
To the standards of society.
Yeah, to the standard. But then there's this self-talk
Yes.
in the mirror. So even when I don't feel that I am fully, you know, fully what I want to be, like
Yeah.
my hair is not proper, this and that, I have to look into the mirror and I say, it's okay, you are good, you are strong, just go out. It's that it does not even happen like
Yeah.
for 2 minutes that I have the self-talk in front of the mirror.
Yeah.
It's just, I look, it's just the internal talk,
Yeah.
you know.
It's not like it's out loud,
Loud.
but it's there in your
Yeah, I
mind.
just have to do this a flip, and then
A hairpin saves you from
Yeah.
everything. I mean,
like
I know.
jokingly, but
Yeah,
yeah, it's just that you click with your body, like
Yeah.
just how we click. It's like clicking with the
But
body.
even a small hair flip and you seeing yourself in the mirror can give you some amount of confidence, which, as you said, the self-talk is not the out loud talk, but it's just the gestures or the things we do with ourselves can make us feel more comfortable and confident in our own selves.
And for me, it's the talking in front of the mirror, just looking in front of.
Yeah.
For other people's, it can be different. It
Yeah.
is okay if your way of accepting yourself, if
Is
your
different.
way of talking to yourself
Is
is
different,
different.
yeah.
What is your way of doing it?
Okay, so when it comes to like self-acceptance and body image and everything, I have struggled a lot. Like, to be frank, I was very, very chubby when I was in like my teenage years, around like what can say in like 10th, 11th, 12th standard, and तब मुझे इतना नहीं था कि okay, I'm looking fat, or I'm not looking good and anything like that. But when I think about it right now, धीरे धीरे, you know, seeing everywhere and getting more knowledge how unhealthy eating or unhealthy habits can change your lifestyle, and not for good. It can actually harm your body and your mental health also. So dheere dheere, what happened that I went on a crash diet, like the juice diet. That's how I lost some weight, but I gained it again quickly. So the thing is कि मेरा जो body image के साथ रिश्ता रहा है is like up and down, up and down, up and down. Sometimes I feel very good and sometimes I feel very low, and that thing gives me anxiety, and that, you know, spoils the whole day for me then. But I have been dealing with it, and still I am dealing with it, and it takes a lot of courage every day to wake up, to see yourself in the mirror, to accept what you see in real terms, to accept how you look and how you are, and to make a choice to have a healthy lifestyle, it's always about making a choice. Baki when it comes to unhealthy habits, वो इतना difficult नहीं होता to choose. You can choose going out and eating a burger or a pizza, but you have to make a choice constantly and willingly to eat khichdi at home or to eat healthy things at home. But it has been a very like upar niche journey, but I'm still learning, and I'm learning to accept how I am, who I am, and I'm learning to see myself from my perspective. What happens is कि हमेशा I see myself from others' perspective, that what is that person thinking of how am I looking, or what is that person is thinking if I have gained some weight or I have lost some weight. But this is a very candid talk. I mean, I've never talked like this with anybody else, but now I feel like there are a lot of people going through this, and it's okay to talk about it. It's okay if I'm putting it out there that I have some struggles with it. And I hate the fact that the Indian mentality of when you meet someone, बेटा तू तो बहुत मोटी हो गई है, बेटा तू तो बहुत पतली हो गई है. I mean, a first talk, the small talk starts from the looks, be it your color, be it your weight, be it anything, be it what you're wearing. And those things create a lot of anxiety for some people, and they don't know it. The samne wala doesn't know it, and it feels like, why are you doing this? I mean, live your life and let us live also. Because मैं कैसी दिख रही हूँ उससे you are not gonna gain any happiness or any sadness. Why are you questioning that? Have you ever like been through that?
I do have seen people, like people don't tell me, people just tell me that you don't gain weight and blah blah. I'm like,
yeah.
And they just assume that I don't eat, and then when they see me eating, they get shocked.
Yeah.
So that is that is another thing.
Story. Yeah.
But it pisses me off as well when someone else is talking to someone else.
Even not to us also.
Yeah.
If I see somebody else telling to a third person also, beta tu moti ho gayi, I'm like,
to anyone
why?
in my family or in wherever I am, and I see two people talking about greeting.
Yeah.
Greeting like, oh, kya patli thi gayi? You have lost weight. I'm like, why do you see that the first thing you are meeting after maybe 3-4 days, a week, a month, and the first thing you are seeing about other is their weight, is their appearance. It's not the most important thing.
Yeah.
It's not how you should start
Truly
the talk with
not.
the other person.
Yeah.
That's a human being you are meeting after some days, some weeks, and all you care about is have they gained weight or not.
And because the talk starts with how you look, and if you're conscious about it, then your mind starts to overthink, and you're not present in the conversation. Then you are in your mind, you are thinking about, okay, I'm not looking good, I'm not looking this, I'm not that, I'm not this, and your constant chatter in your mind starts, and you're like invisible in that communication or the conversation going on. You're just nodding, you're just listening, but maybe you're not properly listening, and you're not your 100% there. For example, if we have gone to a meeting, and if you and I meet and you tell me about something like about my looks, then I'll think about it and the meeting remains sideways. But it's not right. I mean, obviously I have to work on my own self, and I have to work on those issues that they don't affect me that much. But this is the truth. It's not just you or me. A lot of people go through this, and a lot of people don't talk about it.
Don't talk, and they just talk with themselves, and that talk becomes negative.
Self-talk is also one thing, guys. I mean, the talk which she said, that she looks in the mirror and she talks about self in a good way, and she just gives her the motivation to self. But sometimes if the spiral goes downwards, then it's always negative. It's like aaj negative, uska guilt, then the next day more negative, more guilt, more negative, more guilt. Just builds
it's a
up.
pile on that continues.
And आसपास की situations are not changing. They are like that only. तो उसमें से कुछ खराब आया, तो that triggers the anxiety and guilty feeling, and it's just a bad thing. So
it's bad, very bad.
I mean, we can stop this. We can stop calling out people on their looks, their weight, their anything related to looks. The first thing you can say, like, how are you? How have you been? How are you feeling? Like, give them space to talk more. Give them space to share more, so that they can speak their heart and mind out to you. You say something and you stop them to
to talk to you.
talk to you.
And then I feel that while you are on the receiving part of
Yeah.
this, it takes a lot of courage
Yeah.
to reply or to give it back.
Yeah.
But try to respectfully show them the boundary, because you can, if you say once, you try to just explain that is not the first thing they should
Yeah.
talk about, still they continue because it is natural for them. They
Yeah,
will
I know,
continue.
I know. And it's been generations and generations.
Yeah.
Like this has been very normal in our
Indian culture.
Yeah, our culture, that we meet people like that. We greet them like
We
that.
greet
So
them like
we
that.
greet them on how they look, and that's
And
the reality we should accept. But
And
it's
more
not a
than
fact.
look, it's the weight. Like weight is just a part of the whole look.
Yeah, I know.
And
The adjective कि तू पतली है, तू ऐसी है, तू ऐसी है, या तू मोटी है, या हो गई है, या पतली हो गई है. For some who are trying to lose weight, उनको तुम अगर बोलोगे कि तू पतली हो गई है, they'll feel good. I won't lie. But again, why to do that? Because अगर आज मैं ये सुन रही हूँ कि मैं पतली हो गई हूँ, and if I am conscious about it, constantly I have to meet that standard again when I meet that person again. So when I meet you and you say that I have lost weight, and I meet you again, my mind constantly wants that. I want that validation again from you, because I feel like, okay, have I gained weight again? Have I lost weight again? And the constant rant in my head makes me feel like, oh my god, and I have a lot of more important things to focus on in my life. But if I'm constantly thinking about this, I'm not doing anything which is more important, like my career and everything. Because when you overthink about not just this, but when you overthink about a lot of other things also, your full day is that only. Then your work suffers, your relationship suffers, your relationship with yourself suffers. So this is a very big thing,
Big
but
thing, yeah.
people are taking it very lightly.
Very lightly. What I generally do is, when I listen, I do try to stand up for the people who are on the receiving part.
Yeah.
But even when I give a reply, it's not going to stop them. But
True.
I do that to make that person feel safe and make that
Yeah.
person feel that I am there for them, because they don't need to receive this.
But that's how you create a supportive environment
Exactly.
for people who you care for. Even if there's a stranger, and I mean, I want those guts to even just stand up for them also, that okay, why are you talking to him like that? I mean, I cannot question on their face like that, but respectfully just maybe ask them that, do you think that was important to say? Or when
Exactly.
we are going out somewhere and somebody comments on your looks, then I want those guts, and I want that strength in myself to even stand up for others and myself too. But I think ki friends and family also plays a huge role in that. When we talk about body image, we are not supporting obesity or very ekdam wo malnutrition kind of a body. Obviously health is a very crucial part of this when we talk about this.
When we talk about these, when we
Yeah.
are talking about the nutrition and extremes, I feel women
Yeah.
who are going through a lot of hormonal changes.
Changes.
And at every age they go through this.
Every age, I think every month we go through changes in our
Exactly.
body. Every day. For example, if I feel like आज मुझे ये jeans एकदम perfectly fit हो रही है, कल मुझे लगेगा मुझे fit नहीं हो रही है, परसों मुझे लगेगा ये ढीली हो गई है. I mean, that's how constantly our hormones change. What you eat matters, how you feel matters, how your digestive system is working matters, how your metabolism is, that matters. So when I say that food matters, but I also want to say that the health matters. So there's no particular thing that fatness is good or obesity is good or ekdam patla hona is also good. But even if you are obese, try to stay healthy, try to stay fit. You can change your lifestyle. It's not about weight or how you look, but it's about how you feel inside. Do you feel good inside? Do you feel light inside? Do your stomach feel good inside? That's what matters, I guess.
That's what matters. And you need to understand that your body will go through changes.
Yeah.
And age, hormone, situations,
Everything.
food, everything will affect.
Yeah.
And it's okay to be a little bit fat.
Yeah.
If you are exercising every day
Yes.
and you're eating healthy,
Yes.
it's okay. It's your body taking its time. Specifically, those women who are on the verge of menopause and
Yes, yes.
or maybe pre-menopause or all
Yeah.
that, they have a lot of changes
Yes.
going through. And
Not just bodily, oh my
Mind.
god, the change. For example, if we talk about us than our moms are at that age of menopause. And I have seen my mom go through a lot of changes during that, and a lot of mental turbulence also.
Of course.
Her body, her mind was like up and down, and it's difficult, to maintain the sanity, the balance you are talking about, to listening to your body or mind at that particular point of time. It becomes difficult.
Very difficult.
And that's when a supportive family comes into the picture, supportive like surrounding, supportive friends. But if your friends only comment on you, if your family only comments on you, then it becomes difficult. That's what I feel.
Yeah, I think it's a choice for the family and the friends to make, whether they want to continue to be a good family and friend for that person.
Yeah, but I feel that can we totally blame them, because they have also seen that. I mean, they have learned that. It's the conditioning that has, since years it has been like that. So we are making these videos and the talks we are doing so candidly because we want you to listen to us also. We are like sharing our pain and happiness together with you, that someone might just listen to this and might know that, okay, this is how, when I say something like this is how the other person is feeling. So it's like, let's just get this conversation started, because you can get hate also by saying something like this. You can get hate, you can get acceptance, whatever, but we are just here to talk about it. We just want to, because we know that a lot of people go through this, a lot of women go through this, and it's a constant daily battle to continue living the life you are living, continue to be around those people who are not supportive. So yeah, there's no conclusion, or we are not saying that we can change the whole world or we can change the whole perspective or scenario out there, but this is just a way of sharing what we feel about this,
and this is just a way to begin the conversation, to start that how, and to show different perspectives that aisa hota hai. And there is no compulsion that you have to start making a good choice from tomorrow or from the moment you see this video, but it's just we need to start talking about this, because body is very important, and starting a conversation is also important, and starting a conversation based on weight is not important.
Like we can talk more about health versus the body thing in some another video, where we can actually tell or make our perspective out, like put our perspective out there, that how we also balance when it comes to health and food and everything. Like when I say it's your choice, but it's difficult to make that choice. So how we do it, we can also talk about that. But for this video, we can just request the people out there that please do not start the conversation from the point of how the other person looks. You can say a lot of other things that can make the other person's day or break the other person's day. So yeah,
a single moment can make their day. So let's just make the positive change. At least try to make that change. And then we'll see how that goes. But as of now, this is what we feel about.
But do let us know what you feel about those things. Like, have you ever also gone through something like that? You can DM us or comment down below in the video. This is going to be on Spotify also as a podcast. So
listen to it.
And that's us on the topic of body and food and everything. This is just a very snippet or a very short form of it. We are definitely going to talk more about that.
We are going to talk about a lot of things, so stay tuned.
And a lot of candid stuff is going to come. I mean, we are not going to be like, oh, we cannot say this or we cannot say that. It's okay if you do not agree to what we say. It's okay to not accept everything we say. We are also young, we can be wrong, and we are open to your opinions and viewpoints. We actually want them. We actually want how people around us think about a lot of things. So yeah,
that's us.
Yes.
You also follow us on Instagram and all other platforms, and everything will be
there. We are on YouTube, we are on Instagram, and we are on Spotify.
And on Facebook.
Started Threads, but I don't know how that is going for us. Let's not talk about that.
Like we
are also learning, to be multitasking with all our
Multi-social tasking, social media tasking.
tasking. I mean, we have other work too, but that's us is something which we as friends have created, and this is going to be there for lifetime. And we are going to rant here rather than to somewhere else. We are going to rant here, guys. So please be ready to listen to us and see these faces for more.
So stay tuned and stay updated about everything.
So that's us.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye, guys.